יענה מקורנו והערבה לאדמת יהודה וירושלים כי מעולם ושנים קדמוניות תנא דללי כל השני הלכות וכל יום מובטח לו שהוא בין העולם הבא שנאמר הליכות עולם לא עתידי הליכות אלא הלכות.
Chazak u'baruch, Boker Tov, welcome to the next minyan. I want to tell you something very important. When a person wakes up early in the morning, I heard that there's Baruch Hashem, we have some Hasidim over here in our community who wake up early in the morning before the dawn, before the light of the day comes. And the question is, what are they supposed to do? How do you get ready to learn Torah? You want to learn Torah, you get up, you want to learn Torah. How should you do in the morning like this? It's before the morning, it's still night. How do you get ready? What do you do? So the first thing you do when you get up in the middle of the night and you want to learn Torah is you have to wash your hands. You have to do netilat yadayim. Use the bathroom, do netilat yadayim. And what about, do you make a blessing? It's still night, not the daytime yet. Do you make a bracha al netilat yadayim? So according to the Chidah and many other achronim, you're supposed to make netilat yadayim. Even though it's not day yet, the day hasn't come yet, Amud HaShachar, nevertheless, you're still supposed to make the bracha al netilat yadayim. And then what happens is that the reason why you need this netilat yadayim is because you slept and the Ruach Ra came on you. It says the Zohar Kadosh, every time a person sleeps at night, the Ruach Ra comes on him. So therefore he needs to make netilat yadayim in order to get the Ruach Ra off. So therefore he washes his hands with a bracha. Now according to Kabbalah, by the way, you're supposed to also do Birkat HaShachar at the Birkat HaTorah. At that time already, even though it's not dawn yet. According to Rambam, you're supposed to do Birkat HaShachar when it comes to be dawn, Amud HaShachar. But according to Kabbalah, according to the Arizal, you're supposed to do Birkat HaShachar right away. To get the mochin back when you slept, to get the mochin back, according to Kabbalah, you're supposed to do it already at that time. So whichever one you do, right? You do it according to Kabbalah, according to Halakha. Some people do like this, some people do like that. Yeshal Marismach. You have what to rely on, Baruch Hashem. Either way, you're good. But if you want to really study, and understand your learning, so then according to Kabbalah, it's better to say the Birkat HaShachar right away, even before the dawn, before Amud HaShachar. It's good to say, as long as it's after Chatzot. That's one thing. But then what happens is like this. The trick is like this. Okay, you say Birkat HaShachar, you say Birkat HaTorah, but then what happens is you study. You learn some Torah. Baruch Hashem, you're a Hasid. You want to be like David HaMelech. Learn Torah before the day comes. Baruch Hashem, that's beautiful. But what happens is that now, according to the Kabbalah, by the way, and also according to the Shulchan Aruch, you have to wash your hands again. Did you know this, by the way?
Stay up all night to learn?
No, I'm talking about you get up in the middle of the night. Okay, you want to learn Torah. You have to wash your hands when you get up. Again, when Amud HaShachar comes, you got to wash your hands again. That's the question, right? To make the bracha or not. But first, just the fact that you have to wash your hands, right? You have to know that. What's the reason you have to wash your hands twice? Anybody know what the reason is because of this? The reason is because they say that there's another Ruach Ra that comes on you when Amud HaShachar comes, when the dawn comes. So therefore you got to do it twice. That Ruach Ra is a different Ruach Ra, not the same Ruach Ra as when you slept. One is called Bat Chorin, and the other one is called Bat Melech. Two different names they have, They even have names. Can you imagine? These Ruach Ra. They have names and everything, like people, or whatever, right? So you have to get both of them off. So that's why you have to wash your hands again. Now the question, like Yossi said, right? What about bracha? What, should I make a bracha again? Netilat yadayim, but twice I should make netilat yadayim in the morning? So the truth is that most of the achronim, they say you shouldn't make a bracha twice. You should do it the first time when you get up, during the night, make the bracha then, and then when the dawn comes, Amud HaShachar, wash your hands again without a bracha. Same way, but without a bracha. Why is that? Because this Ruach Ra that comes on you in the Amud HaShachar is a safek, it's a doubt, according to Shulchan Aruch. By the way, according to Kabbalah, it's not a doubt. It's for sure. So therefore, a person who does bless, he makes a bracha twice, he has what to rely on. But according to most of the Achronim, the Mishnah Brura, and all the other Achronim, they say, most of the Achronim, especially the Ashkenazim, they say that you should only make the bracha once, when you first get up. And then when you do it again, Amud HaShachar, you bless, you wash without a bracha. This is the way it is, And then, obviously, right after that, you go to pray Shachrit, right? Hopefully you're going to pray B'netz, right? Coming to our minyan. That's the one thing I want to tell you. Also, one more little thing I want to remind you is regarding, we talked about this, the other day, that when a person makes a mistake in the Kriyat Torah, so the question is, and there's a Shem Hashem over there. If you go back and read it again, you have to do Shem Hashem. So the question is, should you go back and read it or not, whatever? So we talked about this with the Rabbi, we had a discussion. So I brought him this book, Yechav Adat, Maran, Rabbi Shalom. Chelek Gimel, Yud Gimel, over there it says he brings the Chayei Adam, who was one of the Talmidim of the Gra. And he says over there that you have to go back and read it again, even though it's not a full pasuk, even though it has Shem Hashem there. And the reason is because when you say the Shem Hashem for reading, to correct your mistake that you made last time, it's not called batala. It's not Shem Hashem le batala, because you're doing it to correct your mistake. So that you can do even 100 times. If you make 100 times, you make a mistake. You say it again and again and again until you get it right. That's the whole thing, right? So there's no chashash of Shem Hashem le batala when you do that. So okay, Baruch Hashem. So we understand that. Also, the Rambam says, there's a Rambam. I want to tell you that he says that if a person makes a mistake during Kriyat Torah, sometimes people get mad at me, because I correct everything every mistake that they make, But the truth is, according to Rambam, he says you have to correct every diktuk of each ot of each letter. You have to correct. And I was just telling the Baal Koreh the other day. He Baruch Hashem, this our young Baal Koreh, he's a good guy, and he's getting better every time. Since I know him, he's always improving. Baruch Hashem, getting better. But one thing, I wanted him to do a little bit better. You know what it is? I see that he's not reading the ayns, the ayn, in the words. You have to read the ayn. The ayn is not aleph. You can't, right? Exactly, Rabbi. You can't read the ayn like an aleph and the aleph like an ayn. So you have to make sure, especially according to Sephardi custom, that we're medakdek on this, to read the ayns. So make sure, if you don't read the ayn, sorry, but I have to tell you to go back and read it again because you didn't really read it properly.
That's why you have to have Georgian accent.
Oh, God bless you. God bless you, right? The truth is, it's not only the Georgians, right? All the Sephardim, we're medakdek on this to do the ayn properly. And some of the Ashkenazim are also medakdek, by the way. And you know why? Even though their custom is not really so much medakdek, but it says in the Talmud like this. It's brought in the Talmud. It's not just something minhag or something. It says in the Talmud, if you do the ayn like aleph and the aleph like an ayn, you're pasul to be shliach tzibur. You can't even go up to be shliach tzibur because you're reading the wrong way. You can't even do birkat kohanim like this. That's what it says. So a person has to be very careful about that. Make sure you get the ayns, and Hashem should give us good mazal, good fortune, good parnasah, and everything good. Ayn tova, amen ve'amen. Chazak u'baruch.